Hi, well, my name's Rob Daniel. I'm an energy assessor. I was approached by the Transition Montpelier group to perform 100 energy performance certificates in the area. An energy performance certificate, or an EPC, is a requirement that you would need if you're selling or renting out your property. So it's quite beneficial for the locals to have these documents. It basically gives an energy rating of a property and an idea of financial and environmental savings that you could make on your property. There was a great deal of interest from the residents of the area, a lot of concern for energy efficiency, and you could tell that within a lot of the properties that had solar panels existing. Majority of lights were low energy light bulbs, and where possible secondary glazing have been installed and lofts insulated. Houses in Montpelier are much more energy conscious. The owners and the tenants are much more energy aware. The levels of low energy lighting in properties in Montpelier is much greater than the other areas of Bristol that I cover in my day-to-day work. You can tell that the people in Montpelier are more concerned about energy efficiency. You can notice this by majority of the houses have low energy lighting in every single outlet, whereas in the rest of Bristol you're probably looking at more of a 40 or 50% of the low energy lighting in the properties. The three main things people can do around Montpelier to reduce their carbon emissions and reduce their heating bills would be to secondary glaze the windows, draft proof windows and doors, and put low energy light bulbs in every outlet where there aren't any. The new things that you could consider for saving energy and saving carbon emissions would be wastewater recovery systems. This recycles some of the hot water that leaves your bath or shower and heats more of the water that goes back into the shower. The other things would be flue gas heat recovery systems, which again recycles some of the flue gases that's expelled from the property and heats more water. Just recycling basically the hot water that you've used. From the basics, loft insulation costs very little, so things like that aren't gonna break the bank. Low energy lighting is quite cheap as well. Secondary glazing is slightly more expensive, and then you start getting up to changing your heating systems, replacing your boiler with a condensing boiler. Now, a condensing boiler may cost you between £2,000 and £4,000, but it probably would save you on a larger property in the region of £200 or £300 compared to an old regular boiler that you may have in your basement. The other higher cost measures would be solar panels, the photovoltaics you could put onto the roof of your property. I've spotted quite a few of these in Montpelier. A lot of them are hidden by butterfly roofs, so you wouldn't even see them from the roads. These cost quite a bit of money, but you can get money back through the feed-in tariffs. Other solutions would be solar water heating, which heats the water before it enters your heating system internally, and that saves your boiler working quite as hard to produce hot water in the property. Everyone around here has been very friendly, very welcoming. I think everyone is very aware of the environmental impact that a domestic property can have, and a lot of people have acted already, but a lot of people hopefully will take further actions in improving the energy efficiency of their properties. I think the people in Montpelier are very concerned about energy efficiency, and I can see the future being quite bright, to be honest. There's a high level of photovoltaics already in the area, and I can see a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon and getting involved in the photovoltaic scene.